Hey guys. So I'm late. But late is better than never. Okay. So we are on lesson 4. I'm going to try and speed this one up.
You say,
¡Qué día tan frío!
you are saying, what a cold day. But it's literally translated as, what day so cold?
I like literal translations, so I'm going to go with that. What day so cold? Que día tan frío.
Here's how to say, day.
Día,
Let's hear that again.
día,
Día.
How do you say, day?
Día.
día.
Now, let's learn what. Ready?
¿Qué?
Let's hear it again.
¿Qué?
Okay. There's the accent above.
Let's hear you say, what.
Okay.
¿Qué?
Okay. I find it interesting that a lot of original languages are auditory. And it's weird because Spanish is also auditory, right? But there's such a large emphasis on seeing the words and the letters as well.
How do you say, day?
Día.
Día.
Let's hear you say, what.
Okay.
¿Qué?
Now, how do you think you would say, what a day?
Que día.
¿Qué día?
Que día.
¿Qué? Día. ¿Qué día?
Que día. Que día. And there goes another accent. So seeing the letters or seeing the words and seeing the accents above each letter is almost as important, if not equally as important. I wonder what came first, or did they come together? We can look that up another day.
To say cold, you would say
Frío.
Frío.
How do you say cold?
Frío.
Frío.
How do you say day?
Día.
Día.
Let's hear you say what.
Que.
¿Qué?
How do you say cold?
Frío.
Frío.
Can you figure out how to say cold day?
Día frío.
Día frío.
Now let's learn so.
Tan.
Tan. Día frío. Remember, I think it was the adjective goes before the the noun goes before the adjective in Spanish. No, what did I say? The noun goes after the adjective in Spanish. Most of the time, not all the time. Most of the time.
Now, how do you say so?
Tan.
Tan.
how do you say day?
Día.
Día.
Let's hear you say what?
¿Qué?
¿Qué?
Now, how do you say cold?
Frío.
Frío.
Remember, it assumes the masculine. Oh, I tell you these things. I'm not telling you to teach you. I'm telling you to remind myself.
Now, how do you say so?
Give me 1 second, y'all.
Tan.
Done. Ouch. Random sharp pain. I'm just editing the name. Oh, I can't do it. I shouldn't do it there yet. Let me do it here. Day 4. Okay.
Now, how do you think you would say so cold day?
Qué día tan frío. Oh, no, not que. Día tan frío.
Día tan frío.
Día, day, so cold. Day, so cold. So, I don't know if you notice, but when you hear Spanish-speaking people, as Spanish as their primary language, speak, and a few other nationalities, you'll realize that they speak English this way. And so it's not like they're not educated, that they lack intellectual skills. It's just that they are literally translating their language into English. So when you hear them say "day so cold," the day so cold, they're saying the correct way in their language. Okay? So día tan frío, it sounds like there are articles missing because in other languages, certain articles are not needed. Día tan frío, so cold day. Or day so cold.
What's the way to say what a day?
¿Qué día?
¿Qué día?
Nice. Now practice saying cold day.
Día frío.
Día frío.
Here's a challenge. How do you say so cold day?
Remember, day so cold. Día tan frío.
Día tan frío.
Here's a challenge. Try to say, what a cold day. Or the literal translation, what day so cold.
I like the literal translation. ¿Qué día tan frío? ¿Qué día frío?
¿Qué día tan frío?
Okay. So is implied, I guess, because it's not here. what day so cold is synonymous with what a cold day? Interesting. Qué día tan frío.
This is how you say afternoon.
Tarde.
Tarde.
Remember this? Say afternoon.
Tarde.
Tarde.
You already learned that adjectives in Spanish change form based on the gender of the noun they describe. You may be asking, what do we do with inanimate nouns like afternoon?
Tarde.
Well, in Spanish, all nouns have something called grammatical gender.
Tarde.
Is a feminine noun, so we use the feminine form of the adjective.
Fría.
Now, this does not mean that Spanish speakers think that afternoon is inherently female. This kind of grammatical gender is arbitrary and is just a way to categorize nouns and organize speech. So far, so good. Can you figure out how to say cold afternoon?
Frío tarde. Or tarde frío.
Tarde fría.
Fría, lo siento. Tarde, because tarde is a feminine noun.
Now let's learn rainy.
Lluvioso.
Lluvioso.
You may notice that the pronunciation of
Elle.
is different in the various Spanish-speaking countries. You may hear it pronounced as J, for example,
Lluvioso.
or as Y, for example.
Lluvioso.
In Argentina and Uruguay, you may hear it pronounced as SH, for example.
Lluvioso.
You will hear all of these pronunciations throughout our course so that your ear will get used to these sounds. No matter how you choose to pronounce it, though, native speakers are aware of these differences, and they will understand you.
Okay, so lluvioso, lluvioso, and lluvioso. Lluvioso, lluvioso, and lluvioso.
Okay, now try to say rainy.
Lluvioso.
Lluvioso.
Now, how do you think you would say cold and rainy afternoon?
Tarde frío, tarde fría y lluviosa.
Tarde fría y lluviosa.
Tarde is feminine here. Even though it says it has an E. E is like neutral, but leans to feminine. Tarde fría. I learned my lesson lesson. Fría y lluviosa. In the order of the sentences, I would just say in English, the adjectives can be before or after. It appears that in Spanish, the articles can also be before or after. You just got to know how to structure the sentence. Tarde fría y lluviosa. The afternoon is cold and rainy. Afternoon, this is the true translation. Afternoon, cold and rainy. Afternoon, which is the noun, cold and rainy. Noun, adjective, adjective.
Using what you've learned, see if you can figure out how to say, what a cold and rainy afternoon.
¿Qué tarde tan fría y lluviosa. I want to say this. We already know que is there for what. Sometimes it's not, but this is just one of the cases where it's not. I have to learn why not, but que, we know that the noun typically goes first. Que día, or in this case, tarde. Que tarde. And then so, is synonymous with so. So que tarde tan fría, and it's fría because tarde is feminine. Fría y lluviosa. I'm explaining this to you as if I were explaining this to myself, because when I first started, like, didn't know any Spanish at all. The courses and the classes always move so fast that I felt like there was no emphasis on sentence structure and why certain words go before and after, and how that is related to the technicality of sentence structure. So here you go. Que día tan, and it's almost like you're going back and forth. Que tarde tan frío y lluviosa. Fría y lluviosa.
Qué tarde tan fría y lluviosa.
Que tarde tan fría y lluviosa. What afternoon so cold and rainy?
Do you remember how to say cold afternoon?
Tarde fría. Lo siento, tarde fría.
Tarde fría.
What's the way to say, what a cold and rainy afternoon?
Que tarde, what afternoon, tan fría y lluviosa.
Qué tarde tan fría y lluviosa.
Remember, random, okay, in this case, it's not random, but que, what? Now, which is the day or the time of day. Tan, so, for whatever reason, is signifying that it is very. Pero I don't know why the English translation is just a. Que tarde tan fría, which fría goes with tarde because it's feminine. Y lluviosa because tarde, the noun, is feminine.
Now, let's learn how to say hot.
Caluroso.
Listen closely one more time.
Caluroso.
Caluroso.
How do you say hot?
Caluroso.
Caluroso.
Listen and repeat the following,
Mañana.
Mañana.
which means morning.
Mañana.
Now, do you remember how to say morning?
Mañana.
Mañana.
Now, how do you think you would say the hot morning?
La. Remember, let me pause this for y'all. La. Subject goes first. In this particular case as well, subject goes first. La mañana calurosa. And mañana at the end is a, which is feminine sound. So the adjective describing the noun is also going to be feminine. And we know that it's originally, like, as a standalone, is masculine. But once it's coupled with that feminine adjective, it becomes a feminine, a feminine noun, it becomes a feminine adjective. La tar, la tar, la tarde calurosa. I don't know. Maybe it's something else instead of the. We'll see. La.
La mañana calurosa.
Nope, it's la. Okay, la mañana calurosa. The morning hot. If you could think of it like this, if you were to say it in English, just take off the is. The morning hot. The morning is hot. The wall is white. The wall, take off, is white. The wall white. Yeah.
Now, can you figure out the best way to say is?
Es.
Está.
Está. Okay, so I guess this is going to be remember, está is the temporary form of estar.
Using what you've learned, see if you can figure out how to say, the morning is hot.
Okay, here we go. We're adding the Spanish version of is for temporary states of being. And remember, the temporary states of being is estar. Okay? La mañana, here in English, it is structured the way it would be structured in Spanish. La mañana está caluroso or calurosa. So, la mañana está calurosa. And that's what I was trying to explain to you. In English, you could literally play with the structure of the structure, sentence structure. Put it before, put it after. It does all kinds of crazy stuff. So this structure will be considered direct translation. But if it was the hot morning, it would go. You would, I guess, revert back to the original Spanish. Keep the Spanish order. But this is direct. La mañana está calurosa.
La mañana está calurosa.
La mañana está calurosa.
Do you remember how to say cold afternoon?
Remember, noun in Spanish goes where? Adjective goes where? Tarde fría.
Tarde fría.
But in English, you could also say, maybe not. But you would add the is. So all you got to do is sentence structure. Remember, you can add the is, and in Spanish, just take it out. Or you can replace it with está. So tarde fría. In English, if you want a direct translation from Spanish, it would be afternoon is cold or afternoon cold. Remember, you want to chop the is off. Afternoon cold. Afternoon is cold. Afternoon cold. Tarde fría. Tarde está fría. So when you see things like learning programs that put it like this, it don't have to be. It really don't.
What's the way to say, what a cold and rainy afternoon?
Que tarde, they go to afternoon. Que tarde, you want to place that noun right in the front. Tan replaces so In this case, a fría y lluviosa.
Qué tarde tan fría y lluviosa.
Qué tarde tan fría y lluviosa.
Okay, now try to say, the morning is hot.
La mañana está caluroso. Yo lo siento. La mañana está calurosa.
La mañana está calurosa.
La mañana, the morning, te got it now, está calurosa. Or la mañana calurosa.
Remember this? Say, afternoon.
Tarde.
Tarde.
Okay, now try to say, rainy.
Lluviosa.
Lluvioso.
O lluvioso. Lo siento.
How do you say, cold and rainy afternoon?
La tarde fría y lluviosa.
Tarde fría y lluviosa.
How do you say, hot?
Caluroso.
Caluroso.
Do you remember how to say, morning?
Mañana.
Mañana.
Nice. Now practice saying, the hot morning.
La mañana calurosa.
La mañana calurosa.
Woo woo. All right, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. We are on day 4. We are on day 4. And I do apologize for being late. I had to clean a lot. And I did not want to take a break because I didn't want to clean tomorrow. All right, I will see you guys en la mañana. In the morning tomorrow. And that's so y'all, as we learn, you'll find out that tomorrow is also mañana. So hasta luego, or I see you later. Oh wait, what's this? Let's see if this is an exercise. Nope. Okay, I'll see y'all later.